VVs. They don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove.
13 beats.
What's good, family? It's me 13. I'm back with another banger, a how-to tutorial. So in this video today, I'm going to show you how to sound like Lil Baby in Something to Prove. Before we get into that though, I just want to remind you to go and check out my blog at 13.com. Alright, as you guys know, I'm on a mission to empower inexperienced music producers and recording artists like yourself to sound better and become more. Now, I do this through my YouTube tutorials and my online coaching, and what's really unique about 13.com is that we have the largest selection of vocal presets in the world. Alright, so if you want to sound better, become more and learn more, go ahead to 13.com and check that out today. Let's get into it. Diamonds be VVs. They don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. Yeah, I'm young, I got something to lose. Yeah, I'm streets that I'm paid up my dues. No extortion, they talking about literally. I be walking on beats, is you hearing me? I just pray that my kids is as big as me, they can't get rid of me. I'm gonna show you exactly what I put on this track. And I'm gonna walk through all of the sounds. So first of all, I want to start with let's play it back. I'm gonna start with a pitch correction. Diamonds be VVs. They don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got. So first of all, let's start with the pitch correction. This is how it sounds without it. Diamonds be VVs. They don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. Yeah, I'm young, I got something to lose. In the street, I don't pay down my dues. No extortion, they talking about literally. I'll be walking on beats as you hear. Diamonds be VVs. So what I did was I've got a D natural minor scale on this song. So I clicked put pitch correction. I put some pitch correction on it. I went to stereo and went to D and minus natural scale. Obviously it's gonna be different on all different type of songs, but yeah, this song I went for D natural manual scale, D natural minor scale. Okay, get the words out. Whoa. Diamonds be VVs. They don't want to see. And then what I did was next I went to channel EQ and I put a channel EQ on it. And what I did, I rolled off the bass because this is very bassy around this area. Diamonds be VVs. And I took down the mids and then I boosted the top end to give it a shine and give it a sparkle. I took down this end just to take the bass off so it doesn't sound as muddy. Diamonds be VVs. They don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. Yeah, I'm young, I got something. Let's hear it without the EQ. Diamonds be VVs. They don't want to see us. You can hear it sounds muffly and kind of muddy. So that was the second one. Then I put a de-esser on it just to take down, because I boosted this end here to give it a shine and sparkle and make it kind of stand out more. I want the shine of the vocal, but I don't want the S's. I don't want the sharp S's because they play with our frequency in our ears, and it makes it stand out too much in a bad way. So I want to take them out. Diamonds be VVs. So what I did was I loaded up the de-esser and I went to female voice de-esser. And then I tweaked it, so you can go ahead and change it to these sounds as well. I put it on a 7,200 hertz, and I dropped it to the minus 16 decibel, and that just takes away the harsh S's. Diamonds be VVs. And then afterwards, what I did was I applied a compressor. Diamonds be VVs. They don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. Yeah, I'm young, I got something to lose. In the street, I don't pay down my dues. No extortion, they talking about literally. I'll be walking on beats, is you hearing me? I just pray that my kids is as big as me. And the reason why I put the compressor on it, obviously, because as you know, compression, it compresses the vocal. It makes all of the lows in line with all of the high sounds. So it brings the highs down and it brings the lows up, which creates an even pattern of sound for your ear to hear. So what I did was I boosted it to 5. I'm a big fan of huge hard compression, as I believe it. I like the sounds of compression, but when it comes to compression, it's all down to taste. It's how much you want to squeeze the vocal and compress it, as opposed to letting it kind of hang out and air out. So I like to squeeze it as tight as possible and then just find a space for it inside the beat, as I feel like the smaller you can make it, you only need a small hole inside the beat, and you can place the vocal in and it will sit inside the beat. You always want your vocals to sit inside the beat as opposed to on top of the beat. Okay, you don't want them to be two separate entities. You don't want the vocals here and the beat here. You want them meshed together and glue them together like a mold, like slime. You want to embed the vocals inside the beat. So what I do is I took the ratio up to 5, and then I dropped the knee down to 50, and then you could just follow these all of these add these in yourself, and I put a fast attack on it. Diamonds be VVs, they don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. And then what also I done, I dropped next another compressor on it, with a slightly higher threshold and a ratio, and that just really drives the point of compression home, about just gluing everything together and finding a space. So this is how it sounds. Diamonds be VVs, they don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. Yeah, I'm young, I got something to lose. In the street, I don't pay down my dues. Still not quite there yet, still got more to go. So next I put on a distortion effect, just to give it some harshness. Diamonds be VVs, they don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. Just to give it some spice, give it a bit of edginess, give it that pain. And then what I put on is the space delay. But before I did that, I bust out the space delay and and the effect and the echo. So what you do is you want to run it through a bus. So you go to output, you go to bus and choose a spare bus 16, and then another strip will come out. And then I started adding these sounds to my aux track, just to give it, just so I can apply this effect to the verse and any other sounds that I want separately. Okay, because you might not want this sound on, say, the bridge, but you might want the echoey on a verse, so you'll be able to come back to the bus and just run your track through the bus in order to give it the same sounds as the bus, if that makes sense. Let's just get this away. So yeah, here I put the space delay on next, which, let me just get rid of this writing for you, just so you can stop bugging you. Get rid of this pitch correction as well. Diamonds be VVs, they don't want to see us. So what I did was diamonds be VVs, they don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. Yeah, I'm young, I got something to lose. In the street, I don't pay down my dues. No extortion, they talking about literally. I'll be walking on beats as you hear. So I usually go for the standard default one. I leave the max at 100, and I just drop this one here to about 28. Diamonds be VVs, they don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. Yeah, I'm young, I got something to lose. In the street, I don't pay down my dues. No extortion, they talking about literally. I'll be walking on beats as you hearing me. I just pray that my kids is as big as me, they can't get rid of me. Diamonds be VVs. Yeah, I like that. So I left that at 24. Again, you can copy the settings. And now I want to put some delay on it. Diamonds be VVs, they don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something. Diamonds be VVs, they don't want to see us on TV. Diamonds be VVs, they don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. So for the delay, what I did was standard delay. I dragged back the left feedback to 23, the right feedback to 21, just to stop the as much going on the left side and the right side. The biggest thing I love about this plugin is it's delay in stereo, so it shifts from left to right in the earphones, and when you're listening to it, so you can control the delay on this side of the headphone and this side, so separate delays as opposed to just one same delay. So I drop it to 8% on the left and 11% on the right, and I roll off the lows to 580, and then I just play it back. Diamonds be VVs, they don't want to see us on TV. And then the last thing left is the noise gate, just to remove some of the unwanted sounds in between the gaps. Now, because he spits and he raps the chorus quite full on, and there's not really much gaps in between his words, but I still wanted to tighten up the gaps just to give it more of an attack and more of an aggressive feel and a more pain feel. So what I go to noise gate. To apply noise gate, go dynamics noise gate, and then from the presets here, go to tighten up, and then I always tweak the tighten up, because it depends on the volume that you're using in your voice, and the volume of the track fader depends on whether it's going to tighten up. So you always need to adjust this part. There's no one cookie cutter for this plugin. So diamonds be VVs, they don't want to see us on TV. So what I did was I dropped the threshold to 54, as you can hear. Diamonds be VVs, they don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. Yeah, I'm young, I got something. I'll leave it at 53, and then attack 6mm, release 36, and that's it. Let's apply that. Diamonds be VVs, they don't want to see. You'll hear the effect. I'm gonna play it. Look, I'm gonna drag it up and down. Diamonds be VVs, the news. I got something to prove. Yeah, I'm young, I got something to lose. In the street, I don't pay down my dues. No extortion, they talking about literally. I'll be walking on beaches, you hearing me. I just pray that my kids is as big as me. They can't get rid of me, diamonds be VVs. They don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. Yeah, I'm young, I got something to lose. Yeah, on the streets, I don't pay down my dues. No extortion, they talking about literally. I'll be walking on beaches, you hearing me. I just pray that my kids is as big as me. They can't get rid of me. That is how you too can record vocals like Lil Baby in Some to Prove. Give this video a like, subscribe, comment below. I appreciate you for locking in. I'll see you in the next video. Peace!